To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz Jr. Get this. Article by Phil J. on Today states that Deontay Wilder doesn't need a warm-up before Andy Ruiz Jr. pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder was in good enough form against Tyson Fury last month to go straight into a high-profile pay-per-view with Andy Ruiz Jr. That's the view in the aftermath of witnessing one of the best heavyweight battles of recent years at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. WBN reported that first Ruiz was a top priority for Al Heyman. In 2022, the respected boxing Mongol sees the battle of the two former champions doing good business for premier boxing champions. But upon losing to Fury, World Boxing News initially thought Wilder should face another PBC stablemate, Charles Martin. Robert Helenius, Frank Sanchez, and Adam Kalnacki were just four of the names mentioned. Upon rewatching Fury versus Wilder 3, numerous times the Bronze Bomber should capitalize on his outstanding performance by facing Ruiz immediately. In this day and age, waiting around for fights to happen is never a good thing. Just ask Manny Pacquiao, Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez, to name but three. The trio missed out on clashes with Errol Spence, Anthony Joshua, Devin Haney by losing at the final hurdle. Not to say that Wilder may lose to any of that crop of foes mentioned, but instead of striking while the iron is hot seems to be the order of the day. When boxing fans enjoy great fights in a week with unifications aplenty, Wilder and Ruiz should sign on the dotted line for a great division battle in the first quarter of 2022. Let me counterpunch Phil J. What Phil J has written on his article, or typed, is exactly what I've been telling people for the longest. For anyone to wait around for a fight, I think it's the stupidest thing ever. I think it's the most chicken shit, reckless, tactless, and fragile thing you could ever do. Okay, for many, many reasons. But certain things speak for themselves, as we've seen that fights never got made that we should have saw if the people or these fighters got out of their ego and or stopped being apprehensive and made the fight happen. Okay, you see Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Do I think Wilder made a good enough account of himself with Fury? Yes. Would I like to see him fight Andy Ruiz? Yes. But I don't think it's up to Deontay Wilder. I think people are looking at Deontay like he is the supreme guy that makes all the decisions for PBC. He's not a Mayweather. Okay, he's been defeated twice by Tyson Fury. He's still a top fighter at Premier Boxing Champions, and Andy Ruiz is kind of staggering behind him with his upset win to Anthony Joshua and his immediate loss to Anthony Joshua. Okay, now I don't think it's up to Wilder. I think it's up to Ruiz. Ruiz has shown us over the last 2 years that he is not ready for any top fight, and he is not jumping into anything. He can't even jump back into his career right, let alone fight someone like Deontay Wilder. So I think at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz will be the missing link or the guy that wouldn't want that fight to happen. I think Deontay Wilder should fight the best. I don't think he should fight any more tune-ups. I think he's had a career-long list of guys that were so-called tune-ups or cherry picks. So for this reason, I think him being 36 years of age, he doesn't have time to dick around with any of those guys no more. Okay, I think he should fight everyone that's at least winning, everyone that at least at the top 5 or 10, and everyone that pretty much we need to see. So Andy Ruiz, if he doesn't want to fight the next best guy. Okay, we already know Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz are fighting each other. They know how to get it right? So I think Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder should do the same. But at this point, I think It will be refreshing to see Wilder fight someone new. And I think Andy Ruiz, it will be refreshing for him to step up like he did when he did fight Anthony Joshua, because we haven't seen him step up in class in over 2 years. Okay. This was almost 2 years ago, December of 2019, where he lost everything that he gained earlier that year. Okay. And then we seen what he did in 2020, which was absolutely nothing. Okay. So as far as fighting goes, so this year he only fought once. So in 2 years, he's only fought once. Okay. So I think Andy Ruiz needs to get back in there. And I don't think he's even comfortable enough in his own skin to take on someone like Deontay Wilder. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this article by Field J. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.